Jack, Christmas done and dusted, and final game of 2022 with Saracens, and one that always whets the appetite for you as players, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's a big one. I think there's obviously a lot of history that we've created between the two teams over the last few years. But yeah, it's another good test for us, one we're looking forward to, very much so. But yeah, like you said, got the Christmas out of the way. We've put ourselves on a good little roll at the moment, so it's one that we want to carry on with.
5 wins in the bounce. It's got the momentum going again, and there's a real vibe about the place that perhaps wasn't there a month or two ago, but there's real excitement going into that new year.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, yeah, like you said, 5 on the bounce now, but we've won games and we're not really happy with our performance, which is a bit weird to say, but it's a role that we want to keep moving on with, and it's something we want to keep pushing on with the way we're playing as well. So like I said, there's no bigger test than the Saracens away, but it's one the boys are very much looking forward to after the training week.
We saw a different side to the Chiefs at the weekend. Very good in attack first half. Defensively, though, you really had to dig in against Bath, and that probably won you the game in the end.
Yeah, I think that's a bit through our own fault as well. We got into decent positions in the field, and we either gave away a penalty, knocked the ball on, or just a bit of discipline. So I know it's you can't take away credit from Bath at the same time, but we did make it hard for ourselves. But like you said there, the defence effort and especially the last 10 minutes of that game. If we look back for the last couple of years, we potentially would have lost that game or even given up on a split second. So it's good to see that the boys didn't do that, and we fought to the end.
There were a lot of boys not feeling great on the weekend as well, and that added to the whole digging in process, didn't it?
Yeah, there's a bit of lurgy going around amongst the team, a few colds and stuff like that. But again, I think a lot of the boys want to fight for this team, want to play for this team, which is awesome to see, and they're willing to push through that a little bit just to get themselves out there on the week. So training week has been a bit muddled up, and boys in and out and boys going home and stuff. But they're certainly all switched on when it comes to the games at the weekend.
It's a pivotal block, this, isn't it? This next 4 or 5 weeks, you've got 2 big games in Europe. You've also got 2 or 3 very big games in terms of the Premiership now. What are you expecting from it? Yeah,
I think, like I said, we've pushed ourselves on in Europe a little bit. We've got ourselves in a very good position, which we're very happy with. But if we're serious as a team now, we want to start pushing on back in the Premiership. We let ourselves down a bit last year. So these are games that they're must wins for us. We've got to start climbing the table. It is close, and everyone sees it close. Everyone's beating everyone at the moment. But if we sit back, we're going to miss this opportunity. So there's vital points in that league that we want to get.
I guess we could call it the halfway stage, a bit probably like one of your school reports, and it could do a little bit better.
All my school reports have been A-star student, attendance 100%, teacher's pet. So I don't know what you're on about.
But in terms of the team, it is, isn't it? As you said, you allude to it. We could be in a better place, but the signs are there.
Yeah, certainly. I think there are certainly games this year we've lost that we felt like we should have won, and we definitely left bonus points out there as well. But yeah, like you said there, there are points in that table that we need to get. We feel like we want to be. Well, we know we want to be further up the league, but we're lucky at the moment that it's so tight. So like we've been saying all week, it is all in our hands at the moment. We've worked extremely hard in the European Cup to get ourselves up there, but now it's just putting that into the Premiership.
Reflect on 2022 as Jack Nowell. You played a lot for England. You've played your bit for Chiefs. How has it been for you this year? Has it been different?
Yeah, I think the big thing that I've wanted to focus on this year is just staying fit. There's injuries that I can't help sometimes. There's freak ones, breaking my arm last year in the Six Nations and things like that. But I've always tried to fight to get back as quickly as I can. But the big thing for me was just staying on the field. So. I'm very happy, touch wood, that I've hopefully cancelled out those soft tissue injuries and those little niggles that were keeping me out. Because the most important thing I wanted to do this year was to get on the field as much as I could for Exeter, and like you said, England as well. So I'm on a good little path. I know my body pretty well. Hopefully I can stick to that. 2023, obviously a big year as well. It's a World Cup year and a New England coach. What's your immediate thoughts on Borthwick coming in? You've worked with him before. Yeah, I have. Obviously, I know Borth is from England before, but with new coach, new setup, anything can happen. So it's kind of a blank slate, isn't it? So I've got to, like I've said as a kid, I've got to work hard and playing well for the Chiefs. Put my best foot forward there. And if you play well for your club, you'll be bound to get picked up by England. So the big thing I've got to focus on is just keeping it simple for me. It's not going to be given to me. I've got to play well for this club first.